Hello journaling friends, welcome to my quiet and cozy little space. I haven't done a journal with me video for quite some time, so today, on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, I thought I would decorate a page and bring you along with me. It's going to be probably quite a chatty one. There will be moments obviously where I'm concentrating and focusing, because as much as I like to think I can do two things at once, that is not always the case. I have an idea on what I'm going to do already on the page, so I'm just going to start writing and probably sticker bombing. As we know, I love to cover my pages with stickers and have a little chat with you. If you'd like to also join me, grab out your journal and whatever you feel like using to decorate it today, and let's get going. All right, so this is my Hobonichi Techo Cousin for 2026. I have a video where I walked through how I'd set this journal up at the start of the year, and I've done a flip through video for January as well. So if you feel like you want to have a bit of a squeeze into how I set it up and the first month in this journal, then feel free. Let's get started. So I'm not going to do a flip through or walk through of my journal today because, as I mentioned, I have already done that. But what I'm going to do is decorate this page today because I've left it blank just because I haven't got around to it. With my journal, I don't really write in it every single day. I mean, I am in one of my journals every day, whether that's my Hobonichi Cousin or my Traveler's Notebook, or even my Hobonichi Weeks. To be fair, I'm in my Hobonichi Weeks every single day, as I use that as my planner for work and, life stuff. So I'm in that every single day. And I also document moods and habits. Again, I still can't work out what to call this thing, mood tracker, habit tracker, something like that, in my Traveler's Notebook. So I have a separate insert just for that. So I'm in those two journals every single day. And then my Hobonichi Cousin, I probably open it, I want to say maybe 3 to 4 times a week, but I might do a couple of spreads at one time, like in one sitting. So I'm not, doing daily journaling on the day in here, if that makes sense. So yeah, because I didn't really have anything to document in terms of what I had done for the day on this particular day, I'm going to use it to write this little reminder to myself and just decorate it. What I often do is, I will pop down notes about what I want to put on a particular page, and then like this, I've just popped the post-it in there just to remind myself that I don't need to go back over my notes in my phone. Like I have an entry in my notes app where I document what I do each day, and some days there's just really not much to put in there, or I just forget. And then obviously I would normally have to go through that and my camera roll to see what I had done on the day. But in this case, because I have just made this note, then I don't need to go back through my notes app and my camera roll to see what I did. Nothing documented for this day. So I'm going to make a little note, a little reminder for myself that I have plenty of time. And how I came up with this was I actually saw someone post a reel on Instagram talking about how we have plenty of time. I know people's circumstances are different. When I worked my full-time office job, yes, I was at work, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 kind of thing. And I had to enjoy all my hobbies and socializing and whatnot outside of those hours. And I worked out over time that I just needed to prioritize, what are my top 3 things that I really want to do? Like, how do I really want to spend my time? And then just make those things priorities. Common sense, really. But now that I work for myself, I map out my week, not like to a stringent, hourly kind of plan, but I do put in what I plan to do roughly each day. I plan my days off. So, usually I have Sunday, Monday off, usually. But if I'm shooting a wedding on a Sunday, then I will give myself Monday, maybe Tuesday, or then another day off during toward the end of the week. So yeah, I just kind of map my days out, and then I obviously document in my planner, in my Hobonichi Weeks, what work I'm doing each day. Hang on, I'll actually show you. So this is my Hobonichi Weeks, and for my month, I plan what I'm doing each day. So this is all work related stuff. I mean, obviously I've put here, journaling on those days, day off, because I'm letting myself know. I'm reminding myself that I'm having those days off from doing any work. And then I basically just put in sort of, any editing that I need to do, any admin stuff, little reminders of things that, rather than having them floating around in my head day in, day out and not getting them done, I just make a note in here. So I find that kind of empties my mind as well of tasks. And then this way, by mapping it out for the whole month, and I do this ahead of time. So we're currently in March and I've already started doing it for April as well. And it does change, sometimes for whatever reason I don't get to, for instance, if I didn't get to doing this little bit of editing on that day, then it just rolls over to the next day. But I do this so that I don't think, okay, I'm ahead in terms of my editing backlog or my editing pile, not my backlog, because I try not to fall behind with my editing. But if my editing is where it needs to be and I didn't have this, then I feel like I would just think to myself, okay, and I have done this in the past. Okay, well, I've delivered that wedding on time and I've got a bit of time now. I'll just take a couple of days off. And then next thing, the couple of days turn into a week. And then that weekend, I'll photograph 2 weddings and I've got 2 more weddings on top of that editing pile. And that's where overwhelm kicks in. So I have to keep this to map out how I plan to get my work done in a timely manner. And that way, not only does it reduce the overwhelm for me, it also means I'm getting my weddings delivered in a nice, timely fashion so my couples aren't waiting too long. I also do it to factor in my time off and how I want to spend my time off, because when you work for yourself, it's easy to just keep working. And I've done this in the past where I've gone, 2-3 weeks without giving myself a day off. And that is not productive. It's so counterproductive, because then again, the overwhelm, putting pressure on yourself, and we need to rest. I'm not an editing machine. I'm a human. So we need rest. And I've worked that out over the years. I mean, this is my 14th year of freelancing. So it's taken some time, put it that way. But I feel like at the moment where I am at in terms of my workflow and work-life balance, if you want to call it that, I'm at the best I've ever been, put it that way. It's probably not perfect, but I'm pretty happy. And I do find I've got time to, partake in things that I enjoy doing, my hobbies, socializing, catch up with family and friends and stuff. So anyway, this is my planner. And then I also have my weekly spread where I, again, just document, little tasks that I want to do every day. And this is a combination of work and leisure. This way, I do give myself little reminders of what I'm doing, if I've got little lunch dates, like social gatherings. Yeah. And even something like this, like clean garden, because, I'll go out into my backyard and think, oh, those plants need a bit of tidying up, and it bothers me. But I find if I put it in my week somewhere, it doesn't mean I'm actually going to do it on that day. Like if I don't do it on that day, that's fine. But just putting that down on paper gets it out of my head. So I find this really, really works for me. I love my weeks. Anyway, back to this. So I saw this post about someone mentioning that just having this little almost like affirmation saying I have plenty of time as a reminder that yes, I have a lot of work to do. Yes, I have chores, like some days I'm having to run to, Pet Barn to get pet food. I can feel a bit annoyed because I'm like, oh, I really want to be sitting at my desk doing some journaling, or I really want to get this editing done. But then I remind myself that I do have plenty of time. I am never going to try and cut back on sleep to get work done. That's just not my style. There are things that I really, really want to do and things that I'd love to spend time on, like, hanging out in my journal and going to the beach and reading a book. So those things will take priority over scrolling. I've gotten pretty good in the last, 3 to 4 months, maybe even longer, at not just staring at my phone and scrolling stuff that I'm not interested in. Like obviously I could quite easily spend quality time watching journaling content on Instagram and YouTube. But if Instagram suddenly takes me to, like videos, celebrity gossip and that kind of content that just doesn't really nourish me, I'm quickly going to switch away from that, because I'd rather be spending that time, hanging out in my journal or reading my book or sitting at the beach or going for a walk or hanging out with my friends and family. So I do have plenty of time. I just need to be careful about how I spend my time. So anyway, that's what we're doing today. All right, so how I would usually approach a spread is I'm going to write, I have plenty of time because I want to make it quite big. A bit like, if you haven't seen before, I do these kind of pages, spreads every so often. Oh, now, oh, like that. So I'm actually going to write the little quote in there first and then decorate it after that. Thanks for joining me. All right, where to start? I feel like when I am doing the writing part, maybe I might speed it up. Let's see how long this video ends up being by the time I finish, but hopefully it's not too tedious. Also, the other thing I was going to talk about is I haven't been inclined to put music to my videos. I had a thought a couple of times when I've been editing videos to put music to the background, but then I struggled finding music that I like. And then that became, I guess, kind of like a rabbit hole of spending too much time trying to find music. And I don't want this to feel like work at all. It needs to be pleasurable for me because this is my fun little space and I don't want to make it feel like it's too much effort, if that makes sense. So I haven't been successful, I guess, in finding background music that I like. So I'm not going to bother. I hope it's not too boring for you, just having silence while I'm just, sticking stickers down or writing. I will come back and have little, chats with you as I go, but there might be stages where I'm literally just getting, I guess, stuck into my flow state, which does happen when I'm journaling. So all that to say, I hope it isn't too boring for you, but also in those silent moments, feel free to be doing things in your journal as well. All right. So I think because I've kept this page, it's very blue, I'm going to also do the quote in blue. Okay, so funny story. I went to write I have plenty of time on another page earlier, like a month ago, and I just wrote I have time. Which, sometimes, I don't know, I just feel like I'm a little bit ditzy, like I wasn't obviously concentrating. So I'm just going to leave that there to remind myself that I have to write I have plenty of time. Okay, how are we going to do this? I feel like I might do I have as just, what do you call it? Like this kind of non-cursive font. And then I might do plenty and time as something like, that. Or I did see something earlier that like that kind of writing. I'm not great at doing, calligraphy or anything like that. So it's just my normal handwriting scrawl. Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm actually going to take that out. I don't love the pencil board feel behind the paper with my pen. I like it to feel a bit rough, not so smooth. Actually, I'm thinking, which blue do I want to use? That one, I think. Easy. And then I like to go around the texture, the mild liner with my pen. Also, I am not great at doing straight lines when I'm writing. And also, like, even this tracing, I have to go super slowly. Otherwise, I go off the line. Like I did it a little bit there. See how I've kind of, I mean, to be fair, I will rub that out because I'm using an erasable pen. Sorry, this is going to make my desk wobble. I don't need to. I could have just left it as it was, but it kind of, in a way, irritates me that I'm not able to stick to the lines. I'm not good at colouring in the lines, within the lines. But oh well, doesn't matter. So what are you up to? I've done it again. In your journal at the moment. Are you joining me today with journaling? I hope you are. Or that you're doing something else fun. It's such a lovely day here today. I think it's about 28 degrees. And this morning after my morning coffee, I went for a walk. I usually go for a walk on my own in the morning, but my dog looked like she wanted to join me. Because usually she used to come with me every morning, but recently, like I think if it's too warm, she doesn't want to come, or it's just she can't be bothered. So she just looks at me from her bed. So then I know now, because I used to kind of force her to come with me, and then we'd get down the driveway and she would just not look interested, or she'd like keep stopping and lagging. And in the morning I really want to do like a brisk walk. It's like my way of waking up and starting my day. So now I've realised when she just looks at me from her bed, it means she does not want to join me. And that's fine. I take her for a walk in the afternoon or the evening, and she's by about 5 o'clock, she's already started harassing me to go for a walk. So she likes the afternoon walk. Anyway, so this morning she was staring at me at the door like she wanted to join me. So she came with me, which was lovely. And then I thought I would do some journaling and see if you want to join me. I also realised, like, one thing I've really benefited from journaling is it's really made me slow down, because usually, like, if I was doing something like this, I'd be rushing and trying to, which probably explains why I am not good at sticking to the lines. I'd be rushing and then, yeah, just kind of like eager to get it done. Whereas now I've kind of told myself that I just need to slow down. Maybe the reason I am not good at sticking within the or on the line is because I'm rushing. So now I'm trying to do things much slower, which is obviously good for the old nervous system. I think I'm going to open up all of my watercolor sets that I bought when I was in Japan. I haven't opened them. Oh, actually, no, that's a lie. I have opened one of the brush pens, I think they're called, and just coloured in the page of one of my Hobonichi Cousin pages, like the background, but I haven't attempted to actually do anything artistic yet. But yeah, I thought I might open all of those sets and have a bit of a play, kind of do like a swatching video soon. I'm a bit nervous. I don't know, I think it's because I'm just trying something completely new. And it's also, I hope I'm doing, like, using them right, if that's the right way to put it. Yeah, I have this one set that's got, I've just worked out because one of my lovely viewers commented on my haul video where I was talking about the sets and mentioned that the little sticks that come with this particular set are crayons. And I thought they were like, I mean, I didn't know what they were. I just thought they were some kind of watercolor stick that you put inside this pen itself. But as it turns out, they're actually crayons. So I guess it is good for me to have a play with them in a video, because then people who know what they are will share with me and teach me. So yeah, I might do that in the coming week or two. And I also really want to do my desk tour video. To be completely honest, oh, that one went, see, totally off the line. Yeah, to be completely honest about not having done the desk tour video just yet is because I am still tidying up, or like organizing, I think. Yeah, organizing my desk space. So that is high on my list of things I want to do. So I think this week, like it's Sunday now, so starting from tomorrow, I have a couple of work tasks that I want to get done, which will probably take up a day or two. And then the rest of the week, I'm going to be journaling and, spending time journaling, and also, more than just my half an hour a day. And also my main priority is going to be sorting out my desk and organizing everything properly. I have started, obviously, I just need to finish that. So once I finish that, I'll do a little desk tour video. And then I thought I'm just going to put in, all of the little things that I love doing, that I have plenty of time for. So I have plenty of time for I have to use erasable pens because I make a lot of spelling errors, except when I want to use my fountain pens, of course. Oh, my pen looks like it's going to run out. I feel like I was really far away from that, because usually when I'm not videoing, I would be hanging, hovering my head right over the page. So that was a little bit too far away, and I feel like it got messy. That's better. Too small. It's funny because I really love my journal to be messy, but I also still have moments where I'm like being a perfectionist. Those S's aren't the same size, but does not matter. What else? Beach swims, journaling, reading my book. Oh, my morning walks. Cute. Maybe I'll put a little, that's better. I keep looking over my spelling to make sure I haven't made a spelling error. Have you watched any good movies lately? Any recommendations? I love feel-good movies, as in I'm not into, like crime or thriller, any of that kind of stuff. I just really like feel good, easy to watch movies. I don't mind a bit of a drama, but I'm just not into any sort of like violence or gore or anything like that. How about you? I really want to watch Rental Family. I've been seeing the trailers for that pop up since I like November, December, I think. And I was heading to Japan when it was released here, so obviously I didn't get to go to the movies. And I don't think it's at the cinema anymore, so I'm going to have to wait to watch it via some kind of streaming service, I guess. But yeah, the trailer, even though like I've seen the trailer probably 20 times and I still watch it every time, it just looks so wholesome. My W looks so fat compared to the others. That's okay. Doesn't matter. I am usually such a perfectionist with things, as in, when I'm editing photos. I mean, obviously, these are for clients. A little bit different to me just doing like my fun journaling stuff. But yeah, whenever I'm editing photos, I will edit them and then look over them again and then tweak them and then look at those. Like, I'll literally look over them probably like 7 to 8 times, even when I've supposedly finished the editing. I will just keep looking over them and I just find like the smallest little things that I need to tweak, and probably unnecessary, because I feel like a lot of the time other people wouldn't even notice the little things that I'm tweaking. I think that's fairly normal for anyone that does photo editing. So yeah, in my journal, I sometimes, can find myself leaning toward being a bit of a perfectionist, but I'm trying to let that go. She says as she then tries to perfect some letters. Hey, I'm trying. I'm not perfect. It's still got to look good, to my eye. I'm well aware that I do not have any kind of lettering skills whatsoever, and I'm okay with that. But I still find the need to sometimes just neaten up things, I think once I've had a bit of a play with watercolour, that's my next kind of plan. I am going to maybe look at doing some kind of calligraphy course or lettering course. I don't know. I feel like I'd like to kind of just give it a try. Sorry, this is probably making the camera wobble. I feel like I could definitely do better. Oh my gosh, that V just keeps going too narrow. You know what? It's okay, I'm just going to leave it. Now that's gone too long. Oh my goodness. Stop me, guys. See, this is what happens. Because then I'm like trying to get them the letters all the same length, and it's like, well, now the E's too short. All right, whatever happens here, I'm just going to let it go because it doesn't matter. Sometimes I find I like go back, like flipping through my journal later, and I'll see something that I keep seeing, or that I, noticed when I first did it and didn't correct it, and I'll actually go back and correct it. That will do. That is terrible. I might colour that in later, but we'll see. What else have we got? Beach swims, morning walks. I have plenty of time for beach swims. So like for me to go to the beach, it's a good 20-minute drive. And I remember the first time a couple of summers ago where I made this, I guess, promise to myself, or a little pact, that I would try and go to the beach anytime it was, on any day that it was, 35 degrees or hotter. And I remember sitting there thinking, oh, it's like a good, let's say 25 minutes, depending on what time I'm driving. So that means, it's close to an hour there and back. And at first I thought to myself, oh, I probably don't want to spend an hour driving just to go to the beach. Like, it felt a bit frivolous or like almost like a bit of a waste of time. But then I realized that I could quite easily spend an hour scrolling on my phone. Easily. So I literally just in that moment decided that it was not a waste of time to drive an hour, round trip, because of what joy I would get out of it and how good I would feel having a swim and then also just sitting on the beach reading my book. So I started doing it. I literally that day when I thought of that, I put my bathers on, got in the car and drove to the beach. And I've been doing that ever since. I'm pretty sure that was like 2 or 3 summers ago. I think it was the summer of 2023. Yeah, so it would be 3 summers ago. And I still do it now. And it's fantastic because I get so much out of going for a swim. It's just so good for me because I am such a beach bum and I love the ocean. So the benefits of me just diving into the water are huge and totally worth the hour round trip. Well, it's probably 40 minutes if I'm like completely honest with myself, but let's just say it's an hour. It's so worth it. And then usually after my swim, as I mentioned, I'll sit on the grass and read my book for an hour or even longer. So not only am I getting the swim and the benefits of that, I'm then forcing myself to sit still and read my book. So if I was at home, would I be doing that? Probably not. I'd be finding some kind of chores or something that needed doing. So I wouldn't be getting that solid downtime because I don't really just sit on the couch. For me to sit on the couch all day and just watch movies or read my book is a real treat. Like I probably do that once every 2 to 3 months. I force myself to do it sometimes when I know that I just really don't have it in me to do anything, task-wise. So yeah, going to the beach just forces me then to, just take it easy and rest and have a break. Like rest is so important. Also, the light, obviously the sun's shifting. So we've got a little bit of dappled flickers coming in there, which I hope you don't mind. Okay, what else have we got? Beach swims, morning walks, reading my book, watching movies, journaling. Oh, having my lunch in a leisurely fashion. I make a point, if I'm working during the day, of stopping when I'm hungry and preparing my lunch, so that could be 15, 20 minutes in the kitchen. And then I sit on the couch with my plate, my meal, and I'll watch whatever series I'm watching at the time. I'll watch an episode or half an episode while I'm having my lunch. I don't ever take my meal to my desk and work while I'm having my lunch. Like I'll actually stop and have my lunch. So that's creating, I guess, a space to stop and pause and enjoy my meal. I know in the past I would take my lunch back to my desk, and I did that especially when I was in my studio space. I'd get my lunch and just sit at my desk and keep working. And I think it's really important to take that break in the middle of the day. So I have plenty of time for that. What can I call that? Leisurely lunch. Is that how you spell leisurely? It is now. And then I think I'm going to put here hanging with friends. Oh, my slow mornings and my slow coffee in the morning. That is a non-negotiable for me every morning. Like I actually carve out time in my morning to give myself the time to sit and have my coffee. I like pottering around in the kitchen in the morning, first thing, when I get up, preparing my coffee and getting my breakfast together. And usually, my pets are hanging around because they think they're going to get something. They're not, because it's my time to have my brekkie. And I'll make my coffee, and the smell of my coffee brewing first thing is so delightful. I sit down on the couch. I have all my doors open. Before I actually go into the kitchen, the first thing I do is open all my doors up and just, have all the fresh air coming inside, that morning fresh air. And then I sit on the couch with my coffee and my breakfast, and I usually run around my Animal Crossing island digging out fossils and going to Brewster's for my morning coffee on the island, which is hilarious. Saying hello to my villagers and tidying up flowers and whatnot. That's how I spend my morning, and that can be 30 minutes to an hour most mornings, sometimes an hour. And then I go for my morning walk. So that is a huge part of my morning. It's like It's just how I love to start my day. It just sets me up for a very calm start to my day, which I so need. So what have we got? Slow coffee. I love Sundays. What's your favourite day of the week? I love Sundays because, well, especially now while the weather's really nice and warm and it's during wedding season. So today's my day off, which is lovely. Usually after I've photographed a wedding, like the next day, I always feel so, how do I explain it? Very nourished. It's probably not the right way, but yeah, I just feel like I've been, hanging out with really lovely people, meeting lots of people, photographing people in love, which is just delightful, as you can imagine. And then, I don't know, I just feel very content the day after a wedding. I'm also very relaxed because, on wedding days, I'm on my feet the whole day. And, I'm running around, there's a lot going on, all the socialising that comes with that, interacting with people. So the next morning, I always just feel really relaxed. I don't know what it is. Maybe because I've, expelled lots of energy the day before. I might colour this one in actually. The letters are getting smaller as I get to the end, but it's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. So yeah, Sundays, if I've been shooting the day before, Sundays are lovely because of the, waking up and going, oh, I've got a day off. But then if I'm not shooting on a Saturday, then Sunday's also just a day off. Usually, some days I work. There we go. I think I'll colour that one in. Oh, I thought this blue ink was running out earlier, but it's not. Also, would you prefer there to be music right now rather than just silence? Music in the background or no? Tell me what you think. I'm kind of keen to try music, but also just, I think I've tried a couple of times to find some nice background music and I haven't really found anything I like. So yeah, tell me your thoughts. What do you think? Music or no music? A lot of journaling YouTubers that I watch have background music, and if it's done right, it's really nice. I think it's very calming, but it's got to be the right music. I'm not big on the music that just is repetitive. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of like just got the same beat constantly. I'm not a fan of that. I don't mind listening to it, but I wouldn't probably use it as my background music. But again, I don't really know what I want. I think that's the problem. So yeah, when I've gone searching, I just haven't found, nothing has like jumped out at me. The good thing about colouring in these letters is I can then correct them a little bit. Again, not that I need to, but I will. I love my coffee in the morning. I really wish I could drink coffee in the afternoon. I used to drink about probably 3-4 cups a day. At least 3, 4, sometimes 5. And then I decided one day that I was going to try and cut back on the caffeine. So I cut back to 1 coffee in the morning and then 1 in the afternoon. And then I found over time I didn't really enjoy the afternoon one as much anymore, so I just cut that out as well. So every now and again, like if I'm going to a cafe, I'll have a decaf, which I just love. Like sitting at a cafe having a coffee is quite enjoyable. But yeah, I don't really have the inclination to make a coffee at home in the afternoon. Just my morning one is good. Okay, what else do I need on there? Trying to think of what else I like to spend my time doing. I think that'll do for now. I mean, I have other hobbies, but I don't really want to just list all my hobbies in there. I kind of just, want to put things that I really love to fill my days with. Like if I could do all of these every single day, I mean, I can, but then I probably wouldn't get any work done. So that slow coffee morning walk, that happens every single day. Journaling, yes, to some degree, either in my Hobonichi Weeks and Traveler's Notebook and or also doing journaling in my Hobonichi Cousin. So yes, every day. And then reading my book, Beach Swims, top priority, as in if I could do that once or twice a week, especially during summer, obviously, great. And then I probably don't watch movies as often as I'd like to, but that also comes with not wanting to be sitting in front of a screen, because obviously when I'm editing, I'm in front of a screen all day. So sometimes at night, I just don't want to be looking at the TV. And hanging with friends, obviously, as much as possible. Oh, I just realised my little dot on the eye looks like a love heart. So yeah, hanging with friends is obviously, and family is obviously also a priority. Actually, I'm going to add and family on there. I mean, it's hanging with my family, is obviously my top priority, but you know what? That's fine. I'm always going to hang with my family anyway, regardless. I will make time for that. But yeah, hanging with friends, I do, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I do cap my social gatherings just because I have to. I can't be going out 3-4 times a week and then also trying to get my work done. Because also if I did that, if I went out 3-4 times a week to catch up with friends, I wouldn't have time for these other things, as well as getting my work done. So it's a bit of a balancing act, but I have plenty of time. All right, I'm going to put some stickers on here now. I think I'm just going to pop something up on my window to stop the light coming in because it will eventually cover my page. Be right back. Okay, so that's kind of what I want to put in terms of the text. And now it's the sticker bombing time. Yay. I don't know if I'll use any washi on this page, but I'll definitely want to put some stickers down. Definitely those. Oh, there's meal things on this one. Actually, we'll use the birds as well. Definitely need a Yumi Kitagishi sticker on there. So usually with stickers, I just kind of look at, what appeals to me, what I think will look good on the page. I really have no idea to start with, to be honest. I kind of like that cat coffee sticker. That actually could be Roger, my cat. Let's just move that out the way for a moment. We'll just stick Roger there. Actually could be my cat. If you don't know of Yumi Kirigishi, I have to tell you, their artwork is definitely one of my faves. Oh, these are also cute. I like the elephant reading a book. I'm actually going to stick that right where I've written reading my book. I mean, I don't have to stick the stickers near, you know, the corresponding text, but I can. Do you like sticker bombing your pages as well? Oh, I wish I had bought more sheets of these stickers, of this particular series. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, that could actually be me. Wait, is that a dog or a cat? My eyesight isn't great. Oh, it's a cat because the cat's there. It's a black and white cat. I mean, I don't walk Roger, but I would love to. Oh my gosh, that is just too cute. I feel like I want to put some of these other little leaves on here. I kind of feel like I want to put one of these ones doing chores. Is that something else that I find? I sometimes think to myself, oh, I don't have time. You know, got all these, like, I don't know, washing to do or something. And then I tell myself I don't have time, but obviously I do. If there was one for shopping, oh, I need to put on here about my grocery shopping because I love grocery shopping. And I actually make a point of doing it because I know it brings me so much joy rather than doing like click and collect or ordering online, you know, delivery. I love going to the supermarket and just walking down each aisle and, you know, picking what I want to buy. That'll do for that one. Don't know if I want to use anything from that just yet. There was something in here that I know that I wanted to put down on this page. Oh, there's grocery shopping. Do we want the supermarket gal? I feel like this looks more like me. Actually, I'm going to lift that one and move that. Because I want to stick that one there. And then we'll put the Yumi Kirigishi one somewhere else. That's better. Anything else from here? No. I still need to rearrange these sticker folders because I want to put some of them in other ones, like group stickers together. We've got Nina Aoki's delightful craft girl stickers. Oh, I really love the smelling the flowers one. Also the crafty ones, you know, for my journaling. That blue one looks good, doesn't it? Or the yellow. I feel like the yellow. Oh, I can't decide. I'm going to put the yellow one. Perfect. And I want to use one of these as well. I don't want to use them too quickly. Actually, no, that's enough. Oh, that's right. I wanted these Mizutama Daily Life ones. I like this little sticker. Or do I put the smaller one with the bear? Decisions, decisions. I love these circle seals, so I'm definitely going to stick some of those on this spread. Tending to my garden? Maybe not. Actually, I could even just put some of the plant ones in. Got lots of little doing stickers on that one. And food. That should do for now. Kind of like this little seed packet one. Problem is, where is it going to fit? That will do. And then I've got these Kitta packs. Let's see if any of these will have something. I feel like I need less rectangular, straight shaped stickers and more abstract ones. Oh, I do like that little house one. Will that fit anywhere? Because I do like spending time at home a lot. I mean, that's where most of my hobbies take place, to be honest. I'll find somewhere for that. I'll make that one work somehow. Okay, that'll do from these. I feel like I'm going to cut that one. Cute. That'll fit there. I feel like the Craft Girl sticker needs to go over the top of that. Perfect. And then the house one. Will that fit anywhere? That is the question. Oh, it's a shame it doesn't fit there. Tiny bit too big. No, change my mind on that one. And then I forgot the flower ones. These might just be some of my favourite sticker sheets ever. I just love how they're a little bit glossy and the colours are very pastel. Pastel-ish, as she picks up a hot pink one. She's coming along nicely, I think. The options are endless. So yeah, going back to, do you like to sticker bomb your pages as well? I could literally just cover all of my pages in stickers. I feel like we need another little tiny one there. Let's go this purple one. Oh, hang on. No, let's go this little blue one. Just a little dot. Cute. Might do some of these ones as well. Anything else from here? I like this one. Just coming along nicely, I think. And then I have these BGM little rolls, which I am obsessed with at the moment. Oh, they're just all way too cute. Let's see if we've got any bluish ones. Oh, I should have written on here, I have time to write Happy Mail. But as I mentioned, I could end up just, you know, writing down all of my hobbies. Oh, that one's kind of cute because it's got like a little hourglass. You know, time. Oops. Oh, it's funny, I actually have one stuck there as well from the same roll. Kind of like this, what looks like flowers and fireworks, or just flowers. Will it fit anywhere? Yes, it will, because I'll make it. I'll make it fit. I'm so glad I'm finally doing a journal with me, guys. I've had a couple of people ask me, or actually I did a poll on Instagram a couple of weeks ago asking what would you like to see, and a couple of people mentioned they would like a journal with me, and I realized I haven't done one for ages, so I'm glad I'm doing this. Do we need anything else? As I ask that, I'm like catching, you know, little empty spaces, but then I'm also like, I'm loving how it looks. I feel like I need to colour that in, definitely. So colour it in with texture. Glad I didn't start this video any later because the light is definitely shifting. The thing I find with using these mild liners is because they're not erasable, so if I colour outside the line it's too bad, which I just did on the W, but again, does not matter. What do you usually do on your Sunday? Do you have a day off or do you work? Sundays just always feel very relaxing. I guess because it is my day off, but I don't know, it's so nice just waking up and thinking, oh, I can do whatever I feel like today. Sometimes I daydream, as much as I absolutely love my job and I want to keep doing it as long as I can, as long as people will keep wanting me to photograph their wedding, I am so keen. But sometimes I daydream, like if I've got a day off and I've got, you know, zero plans or like zero deadlines, no tasks to be done. Sometimes I daydream that I'm actually like retired, but also financially able to be retired, as in just got, you know, plenty of funds to do all my hobbies and just spend my time doing whatever. However, in saying that, I feel like I would really miss my work, because even when I have days, sometimes I'll sort of block off a couple of days or even a week in my calendar just to do whatever. I find that I'm really itching to get back to work by the end of it. Same when I come back from holidays. Like, I'm always, you know, sad to leave Japan if I've gone to Japan, but also excited to come home, you know, to see my pets and my own home. And it is nice having my little rituals, you know, like my morning coffee and stuff. So yeah, even when I come home from holidays, sometimes as much as when I'm there, I'm daydreaming that that's my life. Just walking around, visiting stationery stores without any responsibilities in terms of, like, I don't need to clean my house, don't need to cook meals. I mean, that's not realistic. You could only do that for so long anyway. But yeah, then when I get home, I'm then, I don't know, like, quite motivated to then get back stuck into work. So I definitely don't want to be retired now, but I do sometimes daydream that, you know, imagine just having endless time and means to do whatever you want all day, every day. There we go. I feel like that's it. I don't love the little squiggles inside this book, inside these letters. That's why I love the erasable pen, because I can neaten it up if I want to. Is that it? I still feel like I need something there and there. Let's have another look at my stickers. I forgot I have this little roll of Coffret, like, what are they called? Motifs. Oh, how amazing is that one? Sorry, it doesn't really show very well because of the page in the background. Just for decoration's sake, let's use some of these. Cute. Oh, that's better. And we need something long in that spot. How magnificent is that? There's nothing really long. Oh, that one, I think it's not colourful enough. Oh, that works perfectly. Cute. Oh no, this is where I'm going to start unraveling. We've seen it happen before. I can't help myself. Oh gosh. And so it begins, guys. I still feel like I want one there. Okay, yes. I really love this little pop of yellow from Nina's sticker, because it's got a very blue kind of look to it, but I love the yellow. What do we think? I'm happy with that. I don't think I need to add anything else. I mean, part of me is like, I could run a long little thin bit of washi. Actually, thinking out loud, but also realizing that could work. Too much? Is that too much, guys? It's not, is it? Bugger it. Let's do it. Oh, that's cute. Do we go all the way to the bottom of the page? Or just up to there? No, just up to there, I think. Now I feel like we need something in the corner. Oh no, stop me guys. Do you think so? Like a little corner one? Do I have a little corner sticker? Oh, hang on. This has little abstract shape ones. Seek and you will find. Okay, I'm happy. I'm really happy with that. Okay, well, that's the end of my journal with me video. Thank you so much for sticking around. I really love how that's turned out. It does tie in, I think, with the blue ink on this page, which was obviously my intention. Sometimes I will do like different coloured pages, like on the same spread. Hang on, yeah, like this one. You know, it's got the very pink look to it with the blue. But yeah, I just felt like I wanted to keep this one all blue. So I like how that turned out. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by and for hanging out with me if you're still here for this journal with me video. I hope you also got some journaling in. I hope it wasn't too boring with the moments of silence. I mean, to be fair, I am trying to create a space that is slow and gentle and soft. So sitting with silence isn't a bad thing. I think that's why I'm sort of not too intent on putting background music, because I kind of want to sit in the silence sometimes. Like when I'm journaling, I don't have music playing. I do sometimes have other YouTube videos playing in the background of people journaling because, you know, I kind of like the company, I guess. And also then, you know, I'll look up at the screen every so often and sometimes I'm getting, you know, inspired as well. So yeah, apart from that though, I don't ever have music playing or, you know, the TV on or anything. So I like to embrace the silence. So anyway, I hope it wasn't too quiet for you. Say hello in the comments if you feel so inclined. Let me know if you did join me today on my journaling session. And also let me know what you would like to see more of. I definitely have a desk tour video coming up soon, as soon as I can get organised and finish organising all of my stickers and whatnot. But that's definitely coming up in the near future. So yeah, thanks again for stopping by and for being part of my quiet and cozy little community, which I just love so much. I was really excited this morning when I got up to come here and hang out with you. So thanks again. And I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye.